Live from Gaborone, this is BTV News at 9 o'clock. I am Komoto Mapane. Let's take a look at the headlines. President Boko in Zambia for African Continental Free Trade Area Digital Trade and Services Forum. Government commits to laying a robust foundation to drive digital transformation.
And in sports, national under-17 girls football team ready to compete at the upcoming COSAF under-17 girls championships.
And Tawahang Sebetlela joins us a bit later with sport in sign languages. Taposa, good evening. President Advocate Duma Boko pronounced Botswana's commitment to the collective ushering in of the digital revolution for Africa through the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. Digital trade. Speaking at the ongoing Digital Trade and Services Forum, President Boko called on other African leaders to follow suit and transform words into action, thus breaking down barriers and building infrastructure and strong connectivity to enable efficient trade. President Boko highlighted that the AFCFTA trade instrument and the COMESA EAC SADC tripartite free trade area both present a perfect opportunity for member countries to increase trade and investment. Additionally, this will enhance a unified digital economy, alignment of national laws, investment in digital skills and innovation, as well as universal access to the internet.
If it is truly a revolution, it must be convulsive in many respects. Because if it is truly a revolution, it has to be compressed in time and concentrated in target. We have to set ourselves time frames. And we have to move from words, spoken examples enacted into transformative action, concrete deliverables that affect the lives and living conditions of everyday people. And those are the people we are here about. Not ourselves, those people. We need to bring down barriers, boundaries, and barricades. We need to enable these people to trade with and amongst each other. We need to facilitate them in those endeavors. We therefore must build for them the requisite infrastructure, the digital infrastructure that is so desperately needed to take these amenities straight to them. We have begun to lay the foundations. COMESA, EAC, SADC, tripartite free trade area, now the African Continental Free Trade Area, must become markers and references of this epic journey, this revolution that seeks to transform lives, empower people, real people.
The Kweneng Economic Summit is expected to position the district as a key contributor to the country's economy through meaningful dialogue. This remark was made by the acting president, Mr. Mwete Muhasa, when officiating at the 2025 Kweneng Economic Summit this morning in Mulapolole. Through the summit, which brought together various stakeholders, a 5-year action plan depicting the district economic vision will be drawn. Monica Sotwaila reports.
Kweneng is historically a homeland of the BOTSWANA people with a population of over 380,000. The Economic Summit is an opportunity for the community, captains of industries, local authorities and policymakers to ignite conversations that will boost the district's economic status.
It is a great privilege to address you today in this Kweneng Economic Summit under the transformative theme, Advancing Economic Development for a Sustainable Future. Today we gather not just to reflect on Kweneng's progress, but to ignite a vision that positions this district as a catalyst for our nation's economic renaissance. This theme commensurates with this new government promises a building a deep economy that offers each citizen opportunities for a happy and fulfilled life through building mega companies, initiating new funding mechanisms, amongst others, to generate job opportunities and grow our GDP per annum.
With the country's main commodity, diamonds, facing difficulties, there is a need to leverage on other alternative economic sources, such as the rich heritage and history of Kweneng.
We wish to facilitate dialogue on changes like workforce readiness, housing, and investment climate.
Paulo ya Kweneng ye ga ena ditswamun tse dintsi mme hela e humile matlotlo a tlholego jaaka lone le helole re le mo go lone le lantsweng
re le mo bokwena mo a re lebelle o le mokwena o ipotse go ke eng se se ntira mo kwena mme se se ntira mo kwena e ka tswa ile dijo e ka tswa ile puo e ka tswa ile molemo e ka tswa ile a mme sone o ka se go ire gore e nne kgwebo le itshetse ka sone.
I had a privilege of about 4 weeks ago coming to Kweneng and identified our IHS. It's a very world-class infrastructure. We also have a hospital that is also a world-class hospital that we can really use to expand our training and ensure that we are able to offer opportunities for our youth to be able to go and work outside the country.
It was also revealed that there is need to remove any obstacle to socio-economic growth.
Kweneng ina le sengwe se se ka se tlhokang. The tendering systems, all institutions. Why are you not supporting Bakwena? Why are you not supporting Bakwena? The arrangement is an local economic development.
With a growing population, proximity to markets in Gaborone, and potential in agriculture, tourism, and renewable energy, Kweneng is ready to rise.
The summit is expected to showcase and sell the hidden beautiful resources of the Kweneng region that can be exploited to help with its development. Monica Saswaila, BTV News.
Government commits to laying a robust foundation to drive digital transformation and bridge the digital divide amongst citizens. The remarks were made on Tuesday in Gaborone by the Minister for State President, Mr. Mwiti Mwasa, at the high-level launch of European Union support to a digital transformation project in Botswana. Mojadi Mukevelo reports.
The launch of the project European Union support to digital transformation in Botswana has been cited as a critical leap forward in delivering digital infrastructure and services that will empower citizens with new opportunities for education, entrepreneurship, healthcare, amongst others.
Through the development of high-speed internet across hundreds of undeserved communities, we will unlock the creative and economic potential of our people. While significant strides have been made to accelerate digital connectivity across the country, now with the introduction of high-speed satellite internet solutions, we are on the precipice of closing the connectivity gap in Botswana.
The project is inclined in a partnership rooted in trust, mutual respect, and a shared aspiration to build a sustainable future for Botswana.
EU support to digital transformation illustrates the long-standing partnership that EU and Botswana have developed over the many decades. Our partnership with Botswana has grown and evolved over time. The key areas of collaboration today include regular political dialogue and strong trade and economic ties.
We recognize the given mandate of different ministries, departments and agencies and ensure alignment with the responsibilities as outlined in the instrument establishing them on one hand, and on the other, the private sector's role on this initiative.
The partnership between the government of Botswana and the European Union resonates well with this country's aspirations of fully embracing digital transformation to provide digital solutions that will improve government efficiency, accessibility and responsiveness. Mojadi Mukibelo, BTV News, Gaborone.
In accordance with the agreement between the government of the People's Republic of China and UNFPA signed on February 2021, the Chinese government made a donation of about $500,000 to UNFPA, which was used for implementing activities under the project of providing health assistance to Botswana, Lesotho and parts of the East and South African region for COVID-19 pandemic response in the Republic of Botswana. When signing their final agreement yesterday in Gaborone, UNFPA confirmed the receipt of the above-mentioned fund in full and that the fund has been utilized for the earmarked activities and having respectively made verifications that the project has now been completed and achieved the desired results.
I was talking to the ambassador that the initiative came during a very complicated time of COVID-19. And we needed to make sure that healthcare workers are protected from infections by providing them with personal protection equipment. And that's what we did. Through that, we successfully targeted about 5,500 healthcare workers through the initiative. Secondly, we needed to make sure that during a complicated time where women and girls are isolated and it is difficult to get to services, they are still able to receive services that help them with their lives. And that is why we're able to bring contraceptives to prevent unintended pregnancies. And we reached around 87,000 women and girls through these services. These results demonstrate the importance of this initiative.
In 2021, and we set up a special project in assisting the two southeastern African countries, Botswana and Lesotho, in fighting against, while we are fighting against the COVID-19 in this pandemic time, to protect the health of the medical staff and also support some assistance for the reproductive health of the women in Botswana. And we provide some funding, and we are very happy that we have the support from the UNFPA office here, and the embassy worked closely with the office, and we provide assistance to the local people. And we are very happy. Today we are signing the document to conclude this project.
The Ministry of Lands and Agriculture has issued an alert regarding the emergence of the African migratory locust in the Boteti, Chobe and Tutume regions, along with traces of the red locust reported in the Chobe district. According to the ministry, the outbreak is due to recent heavy rains, which created an ideal breeding condition for the pests. These locusts pose a serious threat to cereal crops such as maize, sorghum and millet, as well as pastures. The African migratory locust can be identified by fine hair on its chest, while the red locust has distinctive pink to purplish wings. The insects vary in color as they grow, from greenish or brownish nymphs to brownish adults. The public and farmers are urged to report any suspected cases of locusts to the nearest agriculture office. In other news, Okavango District has been given 81 million pula to manage the Ipelegeng program for the 2025-26 financial year. The majority of the funds will go towards payment of labor for those who will be engaged in community projects. This was said by the Deputy Council Secretary responsible for development, Mr. Lusika Kula, when addressing councillors during a special full council meeting on Monday. Tiny Tukudu reports.
As a way of providing temporary employment to communities, especially those far away from cities and towns, Ipelegeng program has become the backbone of those local economies and an engine to facelift communities. In Okavango District, the 81 million pula set aside for intensive infrastructural projects will help bring the much-needed community development while putting food on the table of many.
Okavango East, boremelo thata ya di-project bo goneko se se ka tswa se dirwa ke gore e modulasetulo ke gore ga se gore ne re eletsa go isa ko Okavango East here.
Most of the projects are mostly in Okavango East. This is because it has backlog of projects. So the Ipelegeng program will continue to do these projects, such as the newly established schools like Ereta that does not have a guard house. Hence, we included the construction of a guard house.
Newly established the
increase in Ipelegeng budget this year was welcomed by the Okavango District Council, citing that the program will uplift lives of those in rural areas.
This time around,
our roads are bushy, so this time around we are calling council to use these funds to improve the roads condition through debushing.
From
the beginning, they have been mobile stops in Kaputura without toilets, but this time they have included the toilets in the Ipelegeng program. Mohambo East has recently been upgraded into village. Each school do not have toilets, so we are going to include the construction of toilets at the school through Ipelegeng. I appreciate the government for the continuity of the Ipelegeng program. Councillors pleaded with the technocrats at the district level to make sure that projects are implemented within the scope and to avoid delays which might impact on the overall development of the area. Tiny Tukudu, BTV News, Gumare.
You're still with BTV News at 9. Broadcast Chief Magistrate Kweneng has sentenced Tepiso Litsididi to 15 years imprisonment. Litsididi was facing a single count of raping a 15-year-old girl in Mopane Block 1 when the minor was returning from school. Unkutule Tamache reports.
Before Chief Magistrate Morem passed the 15-year prison term to Tepiso Litsididi, the prosecution informed the court that the accused person has previous convictions which he committed in 2003 in Mochudi, where he was sentenced. Litsididi also confirmed to the court that he committed the said offences before submitting his mitigation. He pleaded with the court that when sentencing him, it should consider backdating the sentence to the time he was remanded in prison for the rape offence, taking into account that the rape offence occurred in 2021 and that it is important for the court to use laws which were in place then. When passing sentence, Chief Magistrate Moren told the accused person that for him to have pleaded guilty and saving the court's time does not mean he deserves a lenient sentence. Magistrate said Litsididi intentionally raped the minor as he had the courage to grab and pull her in the bush before proceeding with raping. He also indicated that what happened to the young girl will torment her the whole of her life and that Mogodisane has the highest number of people who are raped. Furthermore, Magistrate says it is proper to sentence Litsididi to 15 years imprisonment as he is not a first offender. The magistrate also advised Litsididi that he has the right to appeal the ruling in 14 days at the High Court. Ungutle Tamare, BTV News, Broadest Magistrate Court, Gaborone.
The newly elected president for Botswana National Front Women League, Ms. Monica Molume, has called for unity amongst party members. Speaking during a press briefing following the Letlhakane elective Congress, Ms. Molume said part of her roadmap is to advocate for job creation and women representation in parliament, amongst others. Mpho Keleboge with the details.
The newly elected committee, led by Monica Molume, states that the elections were free and fair, as evidenced by Botswana National Front Central Committee's acceptance of the newly appointed leadership.
Re wetse ha gape ne re le ha maloba re re bolla maitlamo a rona re le timmadi mme jaanong re buile gape re tla re le mo phenyong phenyo e masisi ya bomme ba kgonne go ita 13 not re ne re le ko letlhakane re ile ditlhophong re le bomme mme na re tsere maikano rona re le timmatla go ra go boa re le mmogo
re tswa ko ditlhophong tsa rona ko letlhakane, as we had mentioned the last time we were here. And by the grace of God, and also by the trust of the BNF women, what they want to see Mokgatlho wa bone do. So we do accept that responsibility that was given to us, and we will make sure each and every one of them is fulfilled.
Botswana National Front Women's League president has promised to advocate for unity among the party leadership and outline how her roadmap will be structured.
In our manifesto, when it comes to gender-based violence issues, we also want to advance education and skills development member Botswana. We also want to in roles of leadership, especially politically. So we want to also assure you women representation in parliament, in council, or any other leadership roles. So the Women's League, I am to say, we are going to support women with everything that we can to make sure they are successful.
Molume has called on party members to support one another to advance the participation of women in politics. Mpho Keleboge, Botswana Television, Gaborone.
From news further afield, U.S. Cardinal Robert Prevost has been elected Pope, the first time an American will lead the Roman Catholic Church. He chose the name Pope Leo XVI, rather the 14th. Thousands had gathered in St. Peter's Square in the Vatican to await the smoke signaling the vote. A cardinal needs a 2/3 majority to win the centuries-old secret voting ritual. And Tabakan Semetlana is standing by to give you the final news report.
Thank you very much, Khomozo Mapani. Now, Botswana Tonight Sports News follows with me, Tabakan Sebetlela. Newly appointed Northern AFC head coach Daniel Narim says despite having trained with his charges for only a day, they're determined to secure a much-needed win against struggling Desert Ngau when the two met in a First Division South League encounter to be played at the Sabombedi Sea Grounds on Friday. Sapho Gimile compiled the report.
Toronto boys go into this encounter placed 6th on the log standings with 24 points, amassed from 6 wins, 6 draws and 6 losses. Coach Nari said they are going to do everything in their power to win the match.
I've only had one training session and the team structure away because away and they are home. They are a very hard-working team, a very hand-running team. they fight. So I will try and put up a team that I think can do well for us. A good result, yes, away from home, but it's not going to be easy.
On the other side, Tsabom-based Desert now find themselves rooted at the bottom of the log standings, having amassed from 11 points from 1 victory, 8 draws and 8 losses. The team's head coach Kintse Motlhale said they look forward to using this fixture to redeem themselves as they had a difficult season.
We collect the maximum points. Ra struggle tota wa pala gore re bone a point ever since. On another side, not only mole lone ina le go struggle. So tota ke bua today, it's a high time tota go bona gore re itsolopanya ka sengwe le sengwe se se ka kgonagalang.
Another fixture scheduled for Friday. Kweneng United who are 7th on the log standings with 23 points will lock horns with Hukunzi-based Sun Diamonds who are 11th with 16 points. The match will be played at Kweneng VDC grounds. Tsepo Kehimile, PTV Sport.
And now the National Under-17 Girls Football Team head coach Bona Mosetlam says they are ready to compete at the upcoming COSAF Under-17 Girls Championships, which will be held in Windhoek, Namibia from the 10th to the 17th of May. Tsepo Kehimile with more.
Mosetla also captained the women's national team. The match during her playing days further said even though most of her players are new to the national team setup, they've managed to work on their technical ability and other elements to ensure that the team competes well at the tournament.
Into the squad, more competition.
We started by integrating new members into the team setup for them to gel well with those who competed last year. I believe the team is now set and ready as they now understand what it means to be a national team player. Moreover, we taught them technique like how to shoot because those are some of the key areas you focus on when a player is still at under-17 level.
Because under 17 ke gone go eng gore ba tshwantse gore ba tshware technique teng gore bolo e ragiwa jang control ya nsone re ka skere re tlhokomologere re ka gore mo national team especially that ke samthabata kwana.
The local under-17 girls have been pitted against the defending champions Lesotho and Zimbabwe in Group C. Coach Museta said they have studied these countries and have managed to play a few friendly matches to gauge the team's readiness.
We first played amongst ourselves. It's a friendly game.
We first played among ourselves in order to select a team that we could work with. We played against Double Action Ladies team, which hammered us 4-0. We then played against Botswana Under-20 Ladies, and we defeated them 3-1. Lastly, we took Double Action Ladies on Tuesday, and we won 3-1, which shows significant progress. For her part, the team's captain Rose Mudumo said they remain optimistic as the players are highly motivated. I want to see my team progress to the next round and face winners from other groups, and that can only be achieved through teamwork and unity. The Botswana Under-17 girls team consists of 20 players, amongst them Rose Mudumo, Ludo Mutsisi, Kizo Katsana, Mabatu Serokani and Wame Chakalisa, to mention but a few. The local ladies will kick off their campaign against the defending champions Lesotho on Sunday at 3 p.m. and will play their second match against Zimbabwe a day later. Tsepo Kehimile, PTV Sport, Gaborone.
Now, and lastly, in a Week 19 First Division South League game played yesterday, 5th place Holy Ghost, they edged closer to the top 4 bracket following a 1-0 win over Prisons 11 at Likiri Football Center. So Fazoma Lepa was there.
Holy Ghost, who have made known their intention of finishing in the top 4 bracket this season, started the match with clear intentions of winning, launching waves of attacks from the first whistle. Both sides fought hard to gain advantage until Kennedy Taukubong gave Holy Ghost the lead on the 24th minute. Holy Banyana then managed to lead well, taking the advantage into the halftime break. After the break, Prisons 11 came back fighting, probing for an equalizer, but all their efforts hit a snag until the match ended with a Holy Ghost solo effort earning them a 1-0 win.
Today we played to win because the opponents had made a resolution to say they will go hard on our players. They are fighting for survival, we understand. But the game was just not good. We had to play to defend the 3 points. We have a cup game over the weekend, so we had to save other players for the weekend. We are focusing on the cup game. But now we are underachievers. We are under no pressure. Pressure on the opponent in Saron. So we are going there to do anything that may happen. If we play to win, so be it. If we lose, so be it. We concentrate in the league and improve our position more league. But we will fight to the bitter end.
We started very slow, but in the game and it was a better performance. And it's a second half, which I am very happy. I get the results in but the performance was very good. Our plan can anticipate the teammate that I am exactly gonna replay build a few touches and send it up, and then the second ball. So we worked on transition from attack to defense because so we're very happy with performance of Simani, but sad the results. We take the positives from this game. Because it's not safe to drop even 1 point. So we want to make sure we fuel the boys a winning mentality, at least to collect 6 points. That is our main target.
Other matches played on Wednesday evening. Kweneng Stars defeated City Pola by 3-2. Mahosi beat Ubik Hawks by 1-0, while log leaders Police 11 thrust down Strikers by 2-0 to edge even closer to the return to the elite league. Tsagofatso Malepa, PTV Sport, Gaborone.
Sawafazo Malepa bring us to the end of our 9 p.m. sports update. Now, back to Khomzoma Pani to remind us of our top leading stories.
President Boko in Zambia for African Continental Free Trade Area Digital Trade and Services Forum. Government commits to laying a robust foundation to drive digital transformation.
And in sports, the national under-17 girls football team ready to compete at the upcoming COSAF under-17 girls championships.
That's how we come to the end of our news bulletin this Thursday evening. Ntabogan Semetlela in sport, interpreting in sign language was Topo Taposa. Up next is the weather update, BTV News, Ikanyarona.
Good evening. Welcome to today's weather forecast. My name is Nao Atin. Currently, clear skies are visible over most parts of the country, and tomorrow still over the entire country we're expecting clear skies. In the morning, temperatures will be cold over southern Khanti, Kalagadi, southern southeast Kweneng, southern central and northeast with 4 degrees Celsius over Francistown to about 7 degrees Celsius over Tani. Other areas of the country, mild temperatures are expected with 8 degrees Celsius over Khanzi to 10 degrees Celsius over Maun. In the afternoon, mild temperatures are expected over Kalahadi, southern southeast Kweneng, southern central with 23 degrees Celsius over Janin to 25 degrees Celsius over Silebe Pigwe. For Khanzi, Gamiland, Chobe and northern central, warm temperatures are expected with 26 degrees Celsius over Lehlakane to 29 degrees Celsius over Kasane. Now, continuing with the weather forecast for this coming weekend over southern, southeast, Kweneng and Kweneng, clear skies are expected with mild afternoon temperatures. Over Khanzi and Kalahadi, clear skies are still expected with warm temperatures on Saturday, while on Sunday we're expecting mild temperatures in the afternoon. For Chobe and Gamiland, clear skies are expected with warm afternoon temperatures. For Central and Northeast, clear skies are expected with warm temperatures over most areas. Well, that's all that I had for you this evening. Until we meet again next time, good night.
Puso e tlamile go tha moalo o tsepameng mo go hetogeleng go inaakanya le tiriso ya maranyane e bile e akaretsa botlhe. Se se tlhalositswe ke tona wa lephata la ofisi ya Gatautona Rre Moetemohasa go tshimolodisong semmuso ya lenaneo la kemanokeng